Hi everybody, it's Richard here again and welcome to another video. Now this is a video that was actually inspired by Lloyd Boone. Check out Lloyd's channel, I'll put a link below. Australian guy, says it as it is. I'm a big fan of his channel. He has done really good videos. He did a full Bob Dylan ranking, which I don't know how the heck he did, but he did it. Didn't agree with a lot of it, but still love watching every bit of it. And he did all these singles videos from the 80s, which I commented on all of them. So I'll put a link below to Lloyd's channel. This is going to be a Lindsey Buckingham video, and it was going to be a Lindsey Buckingham ranking video because I saw his video on Lindsey's last album just before Christmas. A bit of a first impressions. So I thought, yeah, I rank the Lindsey albums. And I always said that I think I prefer Lindsey Buckingham solo to Fleetwood Mac with Lindsey in them, and I'm not too sure if I do or not, so I thought I'm going to include those albums as well, and we'll do a scoring system to see which wins, Fleetwood Mac or Lindsey Buckingham. Now Lindsey Buckingham has had 7 studio albums and he's had 6 with Fleetwood Mac, which means it's a little bit unfair. However, he has had one with Christine McVie, and it's essentially a Fleetwood Mac album because John McVie and Mick Fleetwood play on it as well, and there's really no difference between it and the Say You Will album when Stevie Nicks was there and Christine wasn't. So I'm going to count that Buckingham McVie album as a Fleetwood Mac album, which means it's 7-7. I'm also going to rank the Buckingham Nicks album and give that points, but those points will not be part of the overall total Fleetwood Mac v Lindsey Buckingham. Okay, there's 15 albums, and my favourite will get 15 points, second favourite will get 14, third favourite 13, etc. down to the 15th album, which will score 1 point. And then I'll total all the Buckingham albums up, and I'll total all the Fleetwood Mac plus Buckingham McVie up, and we'll see who wins. Okay, at number 15, and the number 1 album from 1987. For me, this is the weakest of the bunch. This is Lindsey Buckingham's weakest album because his songs are not that great apart from Big Love. I will say, whenever I am putting the rankings of the Fleetwood Mac albums in, I'm taking the whole album into account, with Stevie's songs and Christine's songs. It's not just the Lindsey Buckingham ones. This was a massive hit. Big Love is a really good song, although I do prefer the acoustic solo version of it. Seven Wonders is great, but I think Stevie Nicks had very little to do with that. She just wrote a few lyrics, and Everywhere is a fine single. There's nothing else I really like off this. It is overproduced, it's got the 80s production, which doesn't bother me, but I don't think the songs are that strong. I do like the song When I See You Again, which is Stevie and Lindsey. Songs like Family Man and Caroline are just not great Lindsey Buckingham songs. So it gets number 15 and will score 1 point. Now the rest of these albums I really do like, and it's very difficult to put them into some sort of order, but number 14 from 2011, it's The Seeds We Sow, and yeah, this is actually a good album. In Our Own Time is a fantastic song with a really good acoustic, almost string hammering on it. Sometimes Lindsey Buckingham is he's my favourite guitarist of all time, but sometimes he's a bit of a clever dick when it comes to playing the guitar, and you can hear it on this here. Other very good songs are the title track, but again that's one of those sort of very acoustic-y, and he's getting as many notes in as possible songs, but it is good. That's the Way That Love Goes is an excellent song with a really good electric guitar solo. But I think my favourite off this is a song called Rockaway Blind, which is an excellent song. It is a good album. It got to number 82 in the charts, but it gets my number 14. A number 13 from 2008, and it is Gifts of Screws, and this is also a really good album. I think this is slightly better. Did You Miss Me is a pure Fleetwood Mac song. It is really catchy. Wait For You has got really hard guitar riff at the start, but it's got a magnificent chorus. Love Runs Deeper is a brilliant song. You know, it's almost a headbanging song, and my favourite off this is The Right Place to Fade, which is so catchy, it's unbelievable, and another fantastic guitar solo. I really do like this, but again, it only got to my number 13, and it got to number 59 in the charts. At number 12, and it's the Buckingham Nicks album from 1973. This has got one real classic on it, Don't Let Me Down Again, which Fleetwood Mac played. It also has Stevie Nicks' Crystal on it, which is actually a really good song. Stevie Nicks actually sings the lead on it in this one. I think it's Lindsey that does it in the Fleetwood Mac, or is it the other way around? I can't remember. Without a Leg to Stand On is pretty good as well. But Stevie's actually got more songs here. Long Distance Winner and Crying in the Night especially are very good. Lola by Lindsey, not brilliant, okay. And then there's a little instrumental on this called Stephanie, which would later use as Eyes of the World on Mirage. It is a good album, I enjoy it, and this is the album that got them into Fleetwood Mac. Well, Lindsey, and then he said he wouldn't join unless she joined as well. So that's my number 12, Buckingham Nicks. At number 11, and it's the 2003 album, and it's Say You Will, and it's got to number 6 in the charts. This is a long album, and it is missing Christine McVie without a shadow of a doubt. It would have really broke it up a little bit, but there are some really good songs on here, like What's the World Coming To. I've always loved Peacekeeper. I love the backing vocals in that. You get Bleed to Lover, which featured on the live album about 5 years earlier. You get the studio version here. Miranda's not a bad song. Of Stevie's songs, the best one is Say You Will, which is great, and I do like Goodbye Girl. There's another Lindsey one here I really do like, Steal Your Heart Away. It is good, it is a little bit long, and it's best served on vinyl than it is on CD. And it gets my number 11, and it got to number 6 in the charts. And number 10 from 2006, and it's Under the Skin, and this is mostly acoustic, and this just shows how good a guitarist he really is. It starts off with Not Too Long, and then the extremely catchy Show You How, which is fantastic. He does a version of the Rolling Stones' I Am Waiting, which improves on the Stones version. He takes an average song and makes it into something a little bit special. And he does a really good version of Donovan's To Try for the Sun, which featured on his Fairy Tale album. But other highlights here are Castaway Dreams, which is brilliant. Down on Rodeo, which is brilliant, although maybe a little bit overproduced. He does an acoustic version of that, which is actually better. I also love, what's the other one here? It was You, really catchy. Excellent album, more on the acoustic side, but brilliant, and it gets my number 10. Let's just go show how good these albums are. At number 9, and Fleetwood Mac, Mirage from 1982, and this got to number 5. This has Oh Diane on it, which was the very first Fleetwood Mac song I bought. Loved it. It was a single in '83. I think it got top 10 as well. Bought the picture disc of it, still got it. It also has Hold Me, which is one of Christine McVie's best songs. And it also has Gypsy, one of Stevie Nicks' best songs. But the other Lindsey songs here, like Can't Go Back, is just pure catchy Lindsey Buckingham, which could have fit nicely on his first solo album. It also has Empire State, which is okay. Eyes of the World is the rocker, which is great. But one of my favourite songs off this is actually Love in Store, which is the opener, and it's a Christine McVie song. And I love the chorus because you've got Lindsey and Stevie singing away in the chorus along with Christine, and it's a really good album. So number 9, Mirage. Number 8, and from 1981, is his debut album, Law and Order, and I think this is brilliant. Starts off with The Visitor, or Buana. It's Buana on this, but if you bought the single, it's called The Visitor. Mary Lee Jones, brilliant guitar solo, catchy as well. Pure Lindsey Buckingham. One of my favourites is Shadow of the West, with his breathy vocals. The quite heavy electric guitar, but it's very slow, and it's quite high up in the mix. But it's an absolutely beautiful song. It is a brilliant version of Satisfied Mind, which I absolutely love. I like the Byrds version, but this is much better. And then that's How We Do It in LA. You get the hard rock of Johnny Stew, which was never my favourite, but when I was playing this again I really enjoyed it. And I'll tell you now, and it's a really good, catchy album, and it gets my number 8. Now number 7 you may think is a little bit low, but I'm going to give it to Tusk. I do like this album a lot. This gets to number 7. I don't like absolutely everything off it. I don't like everything Lindsey does off it either. The highlights for me are things like Think About Me. I think it's Christy McVie's best song off this. I do like Tusk itself, and I love Walk a Thin Line. I Know I'm Not Wrong is another great Lindsey song, as is Not That Funny, although whenever they play it live they extend it to about 12 minutes long or so. But for me, the winner in this album is Stevie Nicks, because this has got some of her best ever songs. Like Storms is beautiful. Sarah's a good song. It's never been my favourite, but it's a really decent song. But I do love the song Angel, and I love the song Sisters of the Moon. So yeah, it's a really good, strong album. And other Christine songs I do like are Never Forget and Never Make Me Cry. But I don't like the opener, Over and Over. It's just a very poor opener by Christine, but still it's an excellent album, and it's my number 7. And number 6, and we have from 1975 and a number 23 album, Fleetwood Mac. By the way, Tusk got to number 1. This starts off with A Magnificent Monday Morning, one of Lindsey's best ever songs. Blue Letter, which he sings, is written by a guy called Curtis, or it might be a girl called Curtis, I do not know, but it's another really, really good song. And I'm So Afraid is a very atmospheric rocker by Lindsey, quite slow. Yeah, this is good. I really do like it. I don't like everything again. I don't like World Turning, which is McVie and Buckingham, and basically that's the only one, and Sugar Daddy by Christy McVie. So those two songs I'm not keen on. I prefer the single version of Say You Love Me, which you get as a bonus track on the CD. But other highlights are Rhiannon, one of Nix's best, Over My Head, McVie, and you get the Fleetwood Mac version of Crystal, which is really, really good. Landslide is the one everybody loves. I think it's good, but not fantastic. A really good album. I think it's my number 6. Now number 5 is a bit of a surprise. Number 5 and 4 and 3 are actually big surprises, but I love this. When it first came out I thought it was okay, but playing this in the car I had to play it so many times, and it's short as well. Now it really is Fleetwood Mac without Stevie Nicks, and it would be better if Stevie Nicks had been on it. But Sleeping Around the Corner is, oh, it's so melodic. It's such a great song. And then I love the 50s throwback of Feel About You, which is really, really good. Red Sun, another extremely catchy. When I first heard this I thought it was maybe too catchy, so it was a bit sickening, but no, the songs have really blended in with me. I just love them. Too Far Gone, the Christine song, is great. On With The Show is another great song by Lindsey, and Game of Pretend. There's not a bad song off this. I hate the cover though. I think it's just a poor cover, but the album itself, I love it, and that gets my number 5, and that would be 11 points for that one. Okay, number 4, and again you may think this is high, and it's his new album, and I think this is even slightly better than the last one. This starts off with the song Scream, which is only about 2 minutes long, and it's just great. I don't mind, very Fleetwood Mac-y, but an excellent single. On the Wrong Side, he's done another song called On the Wrong Side from the Your Honours soundtrack, or is it Your Honours? I think so. Two completely different songs, but this is magnificent. Time, beautiful, a slowish type song. Blue Light, again one of those catchy Lindsey songs. Power Down has got a start or an intro which is quite similar to David Bowie's Never Get Old, but still it's very good. Blind Love, love it, absolutely love it. The thing I like about this and the last album is he's a fantastic guitarist, but he's not showing off. He's playing simple guitar and it works so well, and it blends in so well with the music, which makes these even better listen. So that's my number 4, Lindsey Buckingham from 2021. It got to number 25 in the charts as well. Okay, at number 3, and a big surprise, and the most dated album that he's ever released, is from the 80s. It's from 1984, and it's Go Insane. I didn't like this when I first bought this. I just thought, no, it's too much, it's too 80s. But this one has really grown on me. The front, I Want You, brilliant, with the fantastic backing vocals, and Go Insane, which he does really well as a live acoustic version, but I actually do prefer this. Slow Dancing could have been, or should have been, a huge club hit in 1984. It's brilliant with a fantastic bass line on it. I Must Go, another one of those catchy ones. The only thing I will say, he does Play With Rain and Play With Rain Continued, and now the first part is at the end of side 1 and the second part is the start of side 2. Okay, fair enough, but on the CD I think they should have been merged together to make it one great song. Loving Cup, good rocker. Bang the Drum, sounds like something from OMD's Architecture and Morality, brilliant song. And DW Suite, which is about 3 different pieces put together, the last reminding me a little bit of Mike Oldfield. Absolutely fantastic album from 84, love it, and it gets my number 3. And at number 2, and it is 1992 solo album, Out of the Cradle. This is fantastic. This has got lots of little introductions to songs, and as a whole piece is absolutely magnificent. I'm not saying I love absolutely everything off this, but there's nothing I dislike on it. I adore Countdown with the guitar solo, absolutely magnificent. Surrender the Rain is another fantastic song. All My Sorrows is so beautiful. And even at the end you have the little catchy Say We'll Meet Again, which is almost going back maybe to the 50s, and it sounds really good. Turn It On, which is slightly reminiscent of Big Love, but it's a really good song. Yeah, really excellent album. And the thing is, this came out in 92. Fleetwood Mac's Behind the Mask came out in 91. Fleetwood Mac's album was basically crap, and it got to number 1 in the charts. This got to number 51, but I'm sure if the girls and Mick and John looked at this, they must have thought to themselves, why the hell did we let this guy go? Because he would have so enhanced that album. But this is fantastic, and it gets my number 2. Which means number 1, and well, sure, everybody knows what it is, and it's Rumours. Again, fantastic album, and it's proved that it's spent so many weeks in the charts, one of the best selling albums of all time, and still sells to this day. So everything is great apart from one song. Sorry, but Oh Daddy Does Nothing For Me, but the rest of it is brilliant. Secondhand News, Never Going Back Again, Go Your Own Way, all brilliant Lindsey songs. And then you have The Chain, which I'm not too sure who started that. It might have been, it sounds like a Stevie Nicks song really, but brilliant with that guitar and bass line at the end, used for Formula 1 TV show in the 1980s. Then you have Don't Stop, of course, Songbird, beautiful. Dreams, fantastic Stevie song. Gold Dust Woman, another fantastic Stevie song, and The Countryish I Don't Want to Know. Absolutely brilliant album, and it deserves to be the number 1 on my list. So, totting up the scores, taking out the 4 points that Buckingham and Nicks got, Fleetwood Mac got a total of 58 points, and that includes the Buckingham McVie. So 58 for Fleetwood Mac, and the solo got a total of 58. So I still don't know which I prefer. It doesn't really matter. A Fleetwood Mac album. I like the variance in the Fleetwood Mac albums with the girls singing. Sometimes the songs aren't that great, but I also like the solo stuff, so it's a draw for me. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. Took a bit of time that, and I hope to have another video quite soon. All the best now. Bye bye.